Okay, so just to let you know, I have seen the trailer, and when I first heard about the actual announcement for the pilot of Homestuck, I was sitting there going, what the hell is Homestuck? Because I knew it was a webcomic back in, what, 2009, 2013 or something? Because the most I know about Homestuck is that there's like little imps with like these yellow horns and stuff, and it was all made in MS Paint. That part I found hilarious. Just back in the day, it's like, oh man, we had it rough. It's all in MS Paint. There's no like, I don't think there is like a remaster or like a enhanced editions or anything like that. It's just completely MS Paint. It's like, oh lord, we're really at the fucking bottom here. Jesus Christ. I knew it was quite popular back then. I kept seeing the characters with the horns and stuff, and I thought, okay, it's some weird like thing that it is. I kept seeing it everywhere, but I just never actually read it. So it's been around for a long time. I mean, I'm 28 years old. And it's been a long time since I've heard of Homestuck. But I've never actually read it, or I don't know much about it. So when I heard there was going to be a pilot, I'm like, okay, it'd be an interesting idea to maybe, I don't know, get a resurgence of the fan base and get it popular again. Maybe get people interested, like start off and showing off what kind of world they have, the characters and such. And maybe, okay, this can maybe introduce me to the said world and how things work. Now that I've seen the pilot, I still don't know anything about Homestuck. Sorry. By the way, I'm sick. So we have our main character, is it Todd, I think? Todd, I don't know. I've forgotten his actual name. That's worrying that I don't even remember his name. What's his name? John. His name is John. Yes, I was right. No, I said Todd. Shut up, me. Right, his name is John Egbert. And he just turned 13, which, I'm gonna be honest with you, the character does not look 13. He looks about like 16 or 17. Because like I remember them like being like squidgy little like chibi things, like they're like small little characters. I thought like we've seen the characters in that design, but they changed it up to be more human proportions. I'm like, okay, but they don't look like they're 13. They look like they're at least 16 in high school or something. You know what I mean? Trying to find like his birthday presents from his dad or something. And we spend the majority of the pilot just focusing on him trying to find the gifts. Meanwhile, we see all the other characters, like his one friend, who's like Dave the insufferable prick, apparently. And then we had the girl character. I forgot her name. Like literally, for the most part of the pilot, we just got basically him looking for the presents, and it's like 8 minutes in, we get this like fight scene with his dad. It was okay. It was nicely animated, but nothing to go, holy shit, you know, nothing like to be going nuts for. Or at least from my point of view, because again, I don't know anything about this world or the characters. I don't know anything. Why should I be invested right now? And that's pretty much it. And John gets his new game that he's gonna play. Then we get to see all these vibrant worlds and different kind of characters, which I'm thinking, why didn't we see any of this? Why didn't we get introduced to this kind of crazy stuff? I would have loved to seen this. It would have made me get my interest. Because I'm sorry, but this pilot did not get my intrigue. Like the most I liked was the fact they have like selective item like slots. I forgot what they called it. It was like they have their own personal item slots, so they can put certain things in their like item boxes and stuff. I thought, okay, I kind of like that. That's about it. Because to me, it seems like it's trying to be a, I don't want to sound like it's ripping it off, but it seems like it's trying to be like a very, not edgy, but in a lesser word there, edgy Scott Pilgrim-esque kind of thing. Because I know a lot of people argued about the dialogue, like, oh, there's too much swearing, it's like a Vivziepop episode. But it's like, I'm hearing people say that's not the case, because some people say there was a lot of swearing in the comic. Some people saying it never had this much swearing. It's like, I don't know, I can't tell you. Because I know, was it Toby Fox? He voices the main character, and I think Chris O'Neill's like the narrator. And what's her name? Sherry Lee? One second. The actress who voices Lucy from Fairy Tale. Oh, Jeremy Lee. Sorry, I butchered her name. I apologize. Jeremy Lee, Adam Arthur, who is Marco from Star Versus, Colleen, who voices Tails in the Sonic series. Decent named people here, some pretty good people, but it's just, they're not really given much. So the only thing I can really say is, if you're a fan of Homestuck, I'm sure you'll love this. Or maybe you'll find it nostalgic because they maybe reference a few things that who's never seen Homestuck maybe doesn't understand, you know what I mean? So, like, I'm not trying to sound rude or anything. I'm trying not to be mean, but it's just, I'm sorry, but if I am not getting invested, there's something quite missing here. And here is a whole lot of things missing. the investment and getting people into the world and the characters and all this stuff, like, you need to get highlighted, you know? Because if you're making a pilot, you want to highlight the things that you want in the series. That sounds so bad, but I'm sorry, but I'm trying to be nice. I really am, because don't get me wrong, there's definitely a bit of effort put into this in terms of the animation and the design and stuff. I get that. But in terms of the hook and investment to a series, it's not got me. I'm sorry, buddy. Because to me, a pilot is supposed to invest people in a certain way, whether it be the characters, the world, the concept itself. It should be something to hook you in. But for someone that is new, there's nothing really there. Because, like, I knew nothing about Homestuck, so I'm like, okay. Then I seen the pilot, and I'm like, I still don't know anything. I'll tell you something, though. The amount of Homestuck I know, I got feedback from my friend who knew about Homestuck. He told me a lot more than the pilot ever did. I am dead serious. He told me the basic concept of, like, oh, these characters are fighting in this world or something like that, and the winner gets to recreate the world in their own image or something like that. I can't remember exactly the details, but he told me a bit more than this pilot has. That's not a good thing. If my friend could tell me more about the concept than the pilot, that's very worrying. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not saying, oh, dump all this extravagant lore and characters into like 15 minutes. No. I'm just saying, give us the hook. This character, who's not the basic hero. He's a dork. He's a nerd. He likes games and stuff. Okay. What's he doing? What is his world? Because, like, why can you make it, like, I don't know, like, the first, like, 2 minutes, he gets his gift from his dad. It's his game. He puts it in. He goes in to play the game, and then him and his friends go into this, like, world of whatever kind, and then they're fighting other players, and then they meet somebody that's, like, the big deal, but then John's like, I can beat you with no problem. I'm a noob. I can totally own your ass. Or something like that. I don't know, and he beats him, and that causes, like, a rage, and then they all have a big epic fight. But then there's a big hook for, like, the series, like, oh, there's more players that have heard about this new guy who just, you know, completely owned this complete legendary player. Let's go fight this guy and all these other characters you show and stuff. Wouldn't that be much more interesting? I don't know, maybe it's just me, because, like, if you show me all that stuff in the end, why would you not show me that at the beginning? That just doesn't make sense. What am I supposed to be invested in here, guys? What am I supposed to be invested in? Because I don't want to hear from someone going,
Oh, well, it's for the fans, so what do you expect?
it doesn't matter if it's just for the fans. If you're making a pilot to a said series, you want people invested no matter what, fan or no fan. You want people introduced to the world, the setting, the characters, everything you want to highlight in the pilot. Okay? So it doesn't matter if you have the fans or not. You still need to build things up. You can't just throw all the stuff from the series as a whole or be nostalgic for it and expect it to just be an instant hit. You need to build it up. Because again, as someone who knows nothing about Homestuck, I kind of need a little bit of a stepping ground of, like, what is what? What is this about? What's the overall story? At least for, like, the concept wise, that should be the biggest key thing a pilot should do. Hit you on the nail. Hit you on the nail. Yeah, that's a new phrase. Hit you on the nail. There you go. Hit you right in your fingernail. Ow! You remember it at least. Oh, Jesus, do I keep that in? Very important details are needed, such as the concept of the series. What are we to be expecting? What are the highlights to the pilot? What should I be interested in? The world, the characters. You need to give us at least some understanding of this world that we're in with the characters that we are seeing right now. These are things we need to understand. Because again, I'm going in blind. I'm not saying tell me everything in detail, but just give me a basic understanding. I know I'm repeating myself sometimes, but some people just don't listen sometimes, so I need to keep constantly saying it in different ways to hopefully people actually understand what I'm saying. Is that too much to ask? What am I kidding? It's the internet. Of course it is. So I've got a few questions for any of you who stumble upon this video. If you liked the pilot, what got you invested for a possible series? If you read Homestuck, did you like the pilot? If you did, why? If not, then why? Like, just general questions. How did you feel about this pilot? Did you like it? Did you not like it? I'd like to know why. Maybe I'm missing a few pieces here to this big puzzle here because I am completely skadoodled. I like the idea of getting a webcomic its own actual animated pilot. And I don't mean as in like it's a motion comic. I mean as a fully animated like pilot for the web series or the webcomic. I like the idea and I hope that opens the door to more possibilities, but it's just for Homestuck, it may have not hit the mark for me personally because I'm not feeling invested. I'm not sitting there going, oh wow, I can't wait for that to get a series. I was just so invested. It's like, again, the humor wasn't really my thing. I don't really care about the constant swearing. It doesn't bother me, but it's just, you know, I didn't find it funny or the humor at all funny. It's just, okay. That's just my whole mood. It's like, okay. I'm trying not to be rude, but I'm sorry, but this really is just a complete opposite of what you want a pilot to do. If that makes any sense. It's like a how not to pilot. If you liked it, that's totally fine. If you found good in it, great. That's awesome. I hope the series gets something for you, but just for me personally, not a fan. It was not bad, but not like, oh, I must see more. It's like, meh, you know, talking about this pilot made me kind of think, what is it to me that makes a pilot good? Or what gets you invested in a pilot? Like, what are the highlights to a pilot? Well, I've had an idea in mind, and hopefully that day comes very soon. So, this has been Drew. Those are my views, and I bid you adieu. For now, here's a little teaser. See you soon.